Just when America has reached a breaking point with division, visionary influencer Danni Benson's I'm Proud of You Sis bro movement taps into the pulse and heartbeat of a culture radically torn. But this loving mom's voice of reason and calm has received national recognition.
How'd you balance having your children and always traveling with the Yankee organization?
When I became a dad, I said that I would always love like a mother.
I feel like I have to try certain things or act a different way because I know some people or some kids.
So join Danni Benson as she celebrates her special guests on her show and highlights their gifts and contributions to our world.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danni Benson, and I am the host of I'm Proud of You Sis. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful Wednesday. Please like, share, follow, and comment. I'm hoping everyone is having a terrific day. I have a great guest on the show. She is a digital creator, producer, just in time for Black History Month. I mean, I'm excited because her parents and my parents come from the same place too. We're both Haitian Americans. I want to introduce Tricia Messeroux because we have so much to talk about that I just want to get right down into it. So welcome, everyone. Tricia Messeroux on I'm Proud of You Sis. Hi.
How are you?
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
First of all, it is an honor for you to be here. I'm so impressed. My heart is so smitten about all the stuff that you have done and accomplished. My parents would be so proud to, they put so much into us. So to see all the stuff that you have done, and by the way, you were this amazing photographer too. I love your work. First of all, I just want to know, how did you get here? Like in the Haitian culture, we have this taboo. You only could be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, nurse. You know how our parents want us to get these jobs that they know that we're going to be okay for the next 50 years.
Right.
So how did you get into this space without your family saying, "What are you doing?"
That's a very interesting question. So it's my mom was super awesome because growing up, with Haitian parents, obviously it was just that. It was, you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, work a 9 to 5, do something, what have you, make sure you have a steady paycheck, that whole thing. And going to college, I just had this creative bug. I've always been creative, just drawing everything as a child, growing up. But then when I got to college, I just knew I needed a camera in my hand. I needed to shoot things. I needed to video, photography, you name it. But really, really, video was my passion originally. And I asked my mom, and I said, "Listen, I really want to just be creative. I want to make movies. I want to do, all types of creative stuff." Interestingly enough, this traditional Haitian mom that I have didn't push back. She knew, she knows her child. She can't force you to do something you don't want to do. She just basically said, "Listen, if you're going to do this, you make sure it's big. You make sure you do it and you win." So, didn't have a lot going on as far as like finances, we struggled, growing up. But she made it happen, and she bought me a camera. And back then it was like one of those big cameras that you put on your shoulder, like a newscaster. So
yes,
the camcorder.
With the VHS.
With the VHS tape.
Yeah.
With the VHS tape. Yes. So I would carry that big thing on my shoulder everywhere. And and I would shoot just everything. So that's how it really got started. She accepted it, and she just believed in me and prayed hard and just knew something was going to happen. And it did.
Well, you know what? It always starts with the support of your parent, because what happens is when you're little, if you do have these talents, some parents say they don't care, you going this way, But there's some parents that say, you know what, if this is what you want to do, I'm going to support it to see where it goes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm so happy that your mom did that, because I talk to people and they say you can find talents in children very early if you really pay attention.
Yeah.
And what you do is you try to foster it instead of saying, no, you're not going to do that, because what happens is they end up doing that anyway,
right,
regardless if you supported them or not. So, hey to mom.
Hey to mom. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, so you're in, and I think what she was thinking. So she's like, okay, I'm in America. There's all these opportunities, so it's different from where she, grew up in Haiti. There's all these opportunities, and she watches the TV shows and she watches whatever. So she understands that there's something out there, So of course, and she didn't argue with me. She go, okay, Tricia, okay, fine. Okay, you want camera? Fine. And then she just got
not fessa.
Okay, not fessa.
Not fair.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh my God. God bless your mom. Okay, so when you went to college, did you take, television? Did you take production?
Yes. So I studied, I went to Hofstra University in New York. I studied, great school. A lot of people don't know that their film department is like one of the best. It's amazing. So while it's not, NYU, film and New York Film Academy, it is amazing. So I literally lived in the building, in the communications building, because I was there 24/7. So I studied TV and film production. And my minor was marketing advertising. And then I ended up after graduation, just getting into advertising agencies. So we started doing commercials and such. So yeah.
Oh, so when you're doing commercials, were you doing like the advertising aspect first, and then it led you back to behind the camera, or you were doing both, or you did the camera production first?
So it's interesting because I got into advertising, but not in the right department that I should have been in. So it's one of those things where, because I'm from Boston, so I either have to go back to Boston after graduation and get a job, or stay in New York and figure things out on my own. So I needed a job in New York so I can figure things out. So I ended up in advertising, but I was in literally, I started off in accounting. Okay.
But you got in.
I got it. I started off in accounting, and I was horrendous at it. I mean, so bad that I got fired. I literally got fired. They were just like, yeah. Oh no, I got fired. I was like, 1 + 1 is 7, right? No, I got so fired. They were just like, oh, I had to like get these receipts and all this. I don't know. It was a mess, and I was a mess. So anyway, ended up at another agency, ended up in account management. That was better. It started getting me into the creative world. So it took a while for me to go, and I started the mistake that I made, and it's something that I always tell people like to really watch out for. Very important to always have a mentor, right? Find a mentor, find someone who is where you want to be, and ask them to mentor you, to give you guidance, because I didn't have that. So I ended up in account management, and as a young Black girl in account management, and I was always really a go-getter, so I figured it out really quickly. I knew what I had to do. I figured out how to do it and do it fast. So before I was even 30, I was like senior vice president. I was making oodles of money, traveling the world. I mean, it was just like, it was a life. So I was just like, oh, this is great. I'm killing it. And everyone's in your head like, you're so this, oh my God, you're so that. And it gets in your head about all the things that you've accomplished, the title and the money and the this and the that, but like slowly dying inside, because this is not where what you were made to do. So literally slowly dying inside, because I was not supposed to be in advertising and account management and what have you. Making the money is great, but my creative abilities and my creative drive was suffering. And so I really needed to find a way to be fulfilled in that area, and which means I had to literally make drastic changes. And quit everything. Like quit the beautiful 6-figure salary, everything.
That takes courage, because a
Courage
lot
and
of
faith.
people get stuck versus doing their passion
Mm-hmm.
versus the money.
Yeah.
Because they know if they have to start all over again, they have to. It's like starting like as if you just graduated college.
Right. Like brand new baby. Yeah.
Brand new baby, like
Yeah.
brand new baby steps, starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
And trying to rise to the top again.
Yeah.
I know people who will just stay where they are, even though they're not doing their passion, they're not happy, because they won't allow themselves to drop down again and start going up.
Yep.
But I always tell them, you only have one life to live. This is the
That's
time
it.
to do it.
That's it.
This is the time to do it. But you know what? You know what's so cool that you did it? Because look at the other side of fear.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like you had to lose everything. Not lose everything, but that 6-figure cushion. Oh my God, that's a lot to lose.
It's a lot to lose. It's a lot to lose, and it's just it's a lifestyle. It's a thing. But
especially when you're in the city.
Yeah, especially when you're in the city.
You know, lifestyle in the city, like, oh my God.
Everything's good. Everything's good. I mean, you're the it girl. You're the whatever.
Yeah.
And then, I would just literally be going into work and have like panic attacks. You know what I mean? Like I would literally like have anxiety. So depression was kicking. I was like, this can't be my life. It's great, but it's not great at the same time. And then I would see other people who were supposed to be me. You know what I mean? And that part.
What do you mean? Like the person that you envisioned, or the person that you should have been?
Yes. So I would see other female directors and female photographers, Black female, that they're making these movies and they're doing all this stuff, and I'm sitting here like, whoa, like wake up, like wake up. And I was just like, this is not my narrative. So I had to change the narrative completely and just do things completely different.
So then what happened from that point?
So from that point, I ended up quitting my job. So
okay.
I ended up quitting my job. And just starting from scratch, freelancing for a while, freelancing at, in advertising while shooting photography. So I started doing photography on the side while I was in advertising. And then that became bigger and bigger and got more clients, and it became a thing. I did not study photography in school. So
you didn't?
No, I did not.
In TV production?
No, photography wasn't part of it. No, photography wasn't part of it. They're very completely different. Like everybody, very different. But I pride myself in graduating from YouTube University. And I was an A student at YouTube University. Taught myself photography.
Let me tell you, tell people out there that for the people who can't afford college, go right on the palm of your hand on your phone. And if you're really dedicated, there's tons and tons of videos, and people are willing to teach you how to do whatever you want to do.
The resources are out there. In this day and age, the digital world is for you. It's and 90% of it is free. So if you're not really taking advantage of it, you're missing huge opportunities that you may regret one day. So that's exactly what happened. Like I jumped right in, got myself a camera, started shooting, made a lot of mistakes, fixed them, studied, got to take it off auto, you know what I mean? And just really understand.
Put it on manual and learn like the F12s and F this.
All of it.
Yes.
All the technical stuff, the ISOs, the white balance of this, all the technical stuff, you learn it. It's all out there. So did that, started shooting, and then started getting.
So what objects you started shooting first? Like what was like your first?
Yeah, people. So my daughter, she was 3 years old at the time. I started shooting her a lot, right? So I started shooting her, and then and that's actually when Toddlewood came about too. So I started shooting her and family. I came up with an idea, and I was just like, oh, because I think somebody had mentioned to me, hey, your daughter, she's so cute. She looks a little bit like a young Diana Ross, with the eyes and the hair and whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. And I, crazy person, thought about it, and I said, okay. I bought a wig. I got a little outfit. I mirrored her to look exactly like Diana Ross, a black and white picture of Diana Ross, shot it, did a side by side, and it hit me. I was like, I have an idea. And next thing you know, that idea turned into Toddlewood, and it flew from there. It just flew from there.
So tell me, what is Toddlewood?
So Toddlewood started off as a photography project. So toddlers in Hollywood. So I would recreate. I did it for like 10 years. I'd recreate toddlers to look like celebrities, iconic figures, role models, and what have you, right? And especially for the red carpet during the red carpet season, award season. So I did it for the Oscars, the Grammys, the Golden Globes. One thing led to another. I got a call. It's so funny because a girlfriend of mine called me and said, "Oh my God, I love what you're doing with Toddlewood." It was just like a regular thing I put on social media. And I was like, okay. She goes, I work for a newspaper. Can I just do an interview for you? And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't know what the newspaper was. I was like, whatever. So we did the interview over the phone. I was like, you good? You got it? Okay, great. Bye. Next thing you know, she said, oh, it posted. I was like, that's nice. Next thing you know, I get a call. I get all these phone calls. I'm like, what is going on? Then I got a call from a producer from the Today Show. So the producer says, oh, this is Adam from Today Show. And I was like, haha, I thought it was one of my guy friends making me. So I hung up. Call back. I hung up again. Call back. He said, wait. Let me send you an email. So he sent me an email, and I saw the email address that said, the Today Show, ABC, NBC, whatever. And I was like, oh my God. So from there, I asked him, how did you get in touch with me? And he said, oh, I found your story in the newspaper. And I said, what newspaper is my friend? And he said, the Huffington Post. I was like, oh, my friend works for the Huffington Post. I didn't realize she worked for the Huffington Post. So I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, it blew up from there. So we did it for 10 years. And I stopped doing it. The red carpet, like the J-Lo's, the Beyonce's, the this, the that. So much fun. Lots of fashion, auditions everywhere, casting calls, kids flying in from everywhere. I mean, every award season, I'd be inundated with so many beautiful, amazing children who want to be part of Toddlewood. But then I pivoted during the pandemic, and at the time of George Floyd situation happens. So
that was in June 2020.
Exactly, June 2020. So
we were all sitting at home.
Yes, we're all sitting at home. We saw and we witnessed something that probably happened a lot, but we actually got a chance to witness it because somebody pulled out their cell phone and shared it with the world, and really awakened us to realize that, listen, this is not new. We just have the proof now. Heartbreaking because we watched a man slowly die, cry for his mom while he's dying, slowly because of a knee. You know what I mean? It was very heartbreaking, upsetting, disturbing, all the stuff. From there, I decided to move away from the red carpet into the black carpet. So that's where Engineers of Equality came into play. I wanted to use my platform to be able to showcase a different side of what I do and really be able to educate, inform, and empower potential future change makers. So that's where Engineers of Equality came into place, where we're basically celebrating the legacy of civil rights activists, past and present. So when you see the book and all the work for Engineers of Equality, it is really black and brown and white activists, from way back, from slavery to civil rights to now, transformed, kids transformed to look like them. And then also given a bio, a story about each and every one of the people that we shot for the book.
Oh my God. So where can we get this book?
So the book is on my website. So the book is at Toddlewood.com. So it's Toddle. Sorry, let me do it again. So the book is on my website. It's on Toddlewood.com. That's www.toddlewood.com.
And how much does a book go for? Is it like a
So it's
like
a coffee
cover?
So it's $55. It's a coffee table book. It's fully colored images. So you'll see the original, a picture of the original person, plus the ones that me and my team shot. We recreated with a beautiful young boy or girl, and then the bio or the history about that particular person. So this particular book has about 30 civil rights activists and their story and these beautiful pictures. So it's a really beautiful book. It's just got a lot of like love put into it and a lot of great content. And it's just, the time is right. So every Black History Month and beyond, we want to promote it and really share the not only just the artwork, but also just the information and the education behind the person.
Wow, that sounds so beautiful. So, for instance, who are the activists that are in there that we would not expect to be in there?
Oh, not expect, huh? I don't know. There's so many. Oh, let me get the book now.
Yeah, show the audience the book.
So this is the book. So this is me right here. This is me. I am actually, I just finished a shoot. We shot John Lewis. We flew out to Alabama, and shot it on the bridge, the famous bridge. So.
Oh, the famous bridge where Martin Luther King in Birmingham, Alabama, right?
In Birmingham, Alabama, Selma. Yep. And I'll just show you some of the photos. This is an old book. So, of course, we have our beautiful Angela Davis, the foreign actress Angela Davis.
Oh, wait, how
did that one.
This book? Audience, do you see this book?
Yeah, I'll just show you a couple. God. They're really sweet. This is Booker T. Washington.
Oh, I love.
Yeah. And so somebody that not a lot of people know about, which is Claudette Colvin. So Claudette Colvin was actually the first one before Rosa Parks to not give up her seat on the bus.
Really?
So she is actually the original.
I love this book.
So yeah, so it goes on and on. And then it goes to present day, of course, our man here,
Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm. So it goes on. It goes on forever. I mean, there's so many. A lot of people may not know Fannie Lou Hamer. She's another amazing activist. She did a lot for women's rights to vote, and of course, our lovely.
Oh, Harriet Tubman. Is that Harriet?
Yes, that's Harriet Tubman.
Ah.
Yep, that's Harriet Tubman.
So
the book goes on and on and on. One of my favorite ones, of course.
Show me.
Huh? Present
Show me
day.
one of your favorite ones, because it's making me smile right now. Show me one of your favorite ones.
Well, it's present day, as we always want to reclaim our time.
Oh, yes.
Auntie Maxine.
Yes.
So this is the book. I'm so proud of it. I'm very excited about it, and I just want everyone to get this copy. It's got rich photography, lots of wonderful information about the individual, and it's just been great.
And tell the audience again, where can they find the book?
Yes, they can find the book at Toddlewood.com. TODDLEWOOD.com.
I'm going to order one today for myself. I think it'd be a great gift to my babies in the middle. This is Black History Month. I mean, it's a very beautiful made book. Please go and support this book. It's a coffee table conversation, especially for the babies out there and our kids, to reacquaint them to other activists besides the ones that they always talk about, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X.
Yes.
There's so many more people that were part of Black history, including the civil rights movement, that don't really get mentioned as much as the ones that we know of in school: Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Washington. So please go and support Tricia Messeroux. But we have more questions to ask Tricia Messeroux, but I just love this book. I'm going to get it today, so I think you guys should go get it too. So yeah, it's amazing. I think my daughters will love this book, by the way. And I'm gonna make them bring it to school too for teachable moments.
Good, absolutely.
Yeah, for their, we're actually going tonight for Black History thing that the kids are doing, and it's amazing that you have this book because I think the kids are kind of doing something just like that as a presentation.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Yeah, they have to dress as the characters that they chose to talk about tonight. So it's a beautiful thing. Awesome. So okay. Did you ever put your daughter in one of those characters, by the way, in the book?
Yeah, I have two daughters. They've both been in Toddlewood in many images of Toddlewood. They did not fit the bill for engineers.
Okay. At least you kept it. At least you kept it real.
Yep, I always have to keep it real.
Yeah, at least you kept it.
They didn't mirror anybody. So yeah, casting is very important.
So let's talk about Trailblaze Her, because first of all, I want to tell you I'm so proud of you, sis. That's why I want to give you your flowers.
Aw, thank you.
You have done so many amazing things for the culture. That's why I'm so happy you are here during this important month for Black History. So please tell me about Trailblaze Her.
So Trailblaze Her is very similar. I thought I already have it here, maybe not. It's very similar to Engineers of Equality, where it's more so for women, though. So this is another coffee table book that features female role models. So women who come before us, who have paved the way, who have broken glass ceilings, who have been either the first to do something or really excelled at what they mastered. So and they just have an amazing story, and it ranges. So it ranges from a Vera Wang, this designer, to Misty Copeland, ballet dancer.
Ballet dancer.
Absolutely, to even Joe Biden. I mean, it just goes on and on, even from to Amelia Earhart. So it's a good mixture of women in different cultures who have really made a difference in history and have allowed other girls to be able to see and say, oh, if she can do that, I can do that too. Michelle Obama. I mean, it's just this Oprah Winfrey, the icons, the ones that we look up to and say, oh my God, they're just so amazing, but you can be that amazing too. So this is what that book is about. It's just really to inspire and empower young girls to know that they are able to make it happen because they can look right in front of them.
And that's just in time for Women History Month.
Exactly.
Women International Month.
History
follows Black History Month.
Exactly.
And I tell girls all the time, yes, you can.
Yep.
Yes, you can. So tell me some interesting stories that in that book of people that you portrayed that you probably maybe didn't know before. Because, even with women, okay. Oh, I love the background. You have the book?
Yep, I found it. Yep. So this is Trailblaze Her. Women.
Say one more time because we didn't hear you.
Trailblaze Her.
Got it.
Trailblazers, but her. So it's women who blaze trails, spark a path for young girls. So that's the cover of my book. And let's see if I can share a couple of the beautiful girls with you. Okay. Oh yeah. Of course, Amelia Earhart. Okay, ALC. That's her write-up. But ALC, remember her?
That is beautiful.
Let's see. Of course, we always have our famous Beyonce.
Oh my God, you found someone that looked like Beyonce.
Our famous.
Oh yeah,
Beyonce.
we all love some Beyonce here.
And then, of course, our lovely Celia Cruz.
Wow. Look at that. That's so beautiful. beautiful.
She was a spitfire. I tell you right now, a spitfire. Oh, I love this activist here, women's rights, Gloria Steinem, one of my favorites too.
Oh, look at that. So what are your age ranges when you pick
So the
your subjects?
The age ranges, Girl Scouts founder. So the age starts at really it has to start at an age where they can actually
listen,
be able to follow direction and comprehend. So I usually like them young, but I can't have them too young because I need them to really like do what I need them to do.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll be, I think the youngest might be 7, I want to say. I may have had younger, but very rarely. So it might start at 7 years old and go on to, usually for Toddlewood photography, try to cap it at 11. Definitely don't go into teens, but try to cap it at 11, 12 years old, depending on how young they look.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, please go. That is a nice coffee table book too, especially when I'm trying to inspire my girls. Even today, they're trying to do their homework, and I'm like, yes, you can. Like, mommy, it's getting harder. I said, I told you it's gonna get harder, girl.
Yeah.
You wanted to grow so fast from 2nd to 4th and 5th. Now you're telling me it's getting harder. And I was like, yeah, it gets harder, but you really got to try your hardest.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? They asked me, why do boys have it easier? I was like, they don't have it easier. I was like, get that out of your mind. Get it out of your mind. They don't have it easier. But getting them a book like this will show them that we all have trials and tribulations, but in having the belief of who you are, where you came from, and your abilities, you could definitely break that glass ceiling.
Absolutely.
Do you think in our day and time we'll one day see a woman president in the United States of America? Because the crazy thing is, in other countries there've been women presidents before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you think?
I do. I actually really do. I think that is something that could definitely happen.
You think it will happen in our lifetime?
Because no one ever assumed there would be a Black president. That was that right alone was like probably the one that would, people would say would never happen. Wasn't even thought of, something that could even be thought of or even said. But it happened, and it happened in our lifetime.
And two terms.
Was. So yes, cheers to that. It's a party. So imagine, I definitely think that a woman president is something that can be had. I don't know about this lifetime. I mean, I would love it to. I mean, obviously she would have to have, all the credentials and all the stuff that needs to, to qualify her, and to convince voters. But I do think it's a possibility. I mean, there are presidents in other countries and female prime ministers and you name it, and they're soaring. So who's to say?
You know what would be maybe this is off topic, but since President's Day is like next week, wouldn't it be cool to do all, what are we on, the 46th president now?
Yeah.
And do each president from George Washington to present day as one of coffee table books?
I mean, I would love to do, that's a big undertaking, but because I'm real meticulous about, Toddlewood. So that would be amazing. But yeah, that would be something I would love to do.
That would be something kind of cool, right? Do George Washington and you do from, because it's only been like 46.
Yeah.
I would think there would be
that's
more.
Not unreachable. That's not unreachable.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, just for the future, it would be a cool coffee table thing for President's Day and have like all the presidents lined up. So what is your task that you're undertaking now? Because I know you're also in film, right?
Yes. So film is my first heart. So I just finished my movie.
Tell me about it. Yes, yeah. Tell me about the movie.
I finished it in November last year, and it had a premiere in December, and it's been incredibly well received. It was a private screening. We're going to have one more private screening in March. I can't put it to the public because we're entering film festivals, but it is just, it's a scripted film that I wrote, produced, directed. We have a huge team of like my good friends, my sorority sisters, family, and then of course my production guys, my crew, and then cast. The cast, I didn't realize how many people were part of my cast until the day that everybody came together and stood up on the stage. I was like, oh my God, there's like over 40 people that are in this movie. Go figure. And it's just amazing. So I'm so in love with it. I love the idea. I do have other scripts that are on its way. So right now I'm just praying and praying and praying for film festivals, and it's going to be a busy year.
So let me ask you, can you tell us just a main idea of what this movie is about?
Yeah, the trailer's already out. So the trailer,
Okay.
the trailer is available on the Toddlewood website as well.
Okay, so everyone go to Toddlewood. Where is it on Instagram?
Yeah, on Instagram as well. So Toddlewood, and then you'll be able to see the making of, but also the trailer, because it is a movie that is a family comedy, and it's got kids in it, and it's got adults. It's based in a New York City talent agency, so a high-powered entertainment agency that has really amazing talent. So from singers, dancers, actors, you name it. Now everybody wants to be part of this agency because they are the most successful agency out there, but nobody knows where it is. That if you get invited to come into the agency, that's the only way you know about where it is and who and all that stuff. So it's a well-kept secret, but except for the fact that Toddlewood, the agency, is super successful. When you become a member of the agency, or you come to the agency, you find out the secret is the fact that it's run by kids. So the agency is run by kids between the age of 12 and 16. And these kids are literally three-piece suits, Chanel bags, the whole thing, running meetings, boardroom meetings, you name it. And then there's that juxtaposition as far as like the role reversal. And also there is the tension is that there's a disgruntled agent from another agency who finds out the secret, and his task, his mission is to take them down and expose them to the world.
Oh, I love it. So it's a PG-13.
Yes.
Oh my God. So I heard the word comedy in there. So the kids are gonna be
lots of comedy. Lots of comedy.
Oh wow! So what festivals are you shopping the movie in right now?
Oh, the list is long, but definitely ABFF, Sundance, New York, Tribeca, Brooklyn, Martha's Vineyard. I mean, the list is really, really long. So
And where you planning? I know we're in the New York State tri-state area. So are you planning to show it in the Tribeca Film Festival, the Brooklyn Film Festival?
That's the plan.
That is the plan.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, March is like right around the corner, but you are right. It is a season because the weird thing about winter in New York. As soon as March comes, everyone is like out. Like everyone is booked and busy until like December 31st.
Exactly.
I know. It's like
exactly.
we appreciate from January until like Fashion Week, like the way before Fashion Week, and then after that it's like an explosion. Like it's like books. It's like, so if you don't do it early, if you don't pencil people in early now, I'd be like, oh, good luck fitting in. Fitting in. All right. So tell me how your kids feel about how much you accomplished. Like, first of all, how old are your babies? And I know you have a lovely husband.
Yeah.
I mean, how does your family feel about? Are they all part of the supporting cast?
Yeah.
Are your kids in the movie too, or no?
Yeah, they're both in. All three of them. My husband too. So whatever I do, I make sure that they're included. And they usually usually it's like whether they want to or not, but they just love it. They just have a real good time. They meet new people. And it's just like, okay, mommy, what's next? So it's really interesting. Even my daughters, my oldest daughter, Skylar. So Skylar is 18, and she is a pre-med major at St. John's University. And then Sunday is 13. So So as you can see, Skylar's more pre-med, and I lost you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. And so as you can see, Skylar's pre-med, so she's not into the industry, but she loves to be able to be involved and do this type of thing. So so she's really excited about that. And then so she actually started Toddlewood with the Diana Ross. And she's done she's a little bit of a chameleon because she's done quite a few of my Toddlewood images. And then Sunday has done a couple. She's not as much of a chameleon as Skylar. She's done a couple, but they're both in the movie. And so is my husband.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
So my whole family is part of Toddlewood. You know, I make sure that they're all a part of Toddlewood because it's a family affair. You know, we just have a good time working together and doing things. My oldest, who's 18, who's pre-med at St. John's University, and she's not in the industry because she's pre-med, but she loves doing things with the family. So we just have a good time. So she actually started Toddlewood with the Diana Ross. She's a bit of a chameleon, so she's done a couple of these images. And my daughter Sunday is 13, and Sunday has done a couple of Toddlewood images, not too many because she doesn't have that look necessarily, but she is the headliner, the main principal in the movie. So both my daughters are in the movie, and my husband is in the movie too.
Wow. And what is how did you meet your husband? Like the dynamics of it. Did you meet him during how'd you meet him? Because I went in on your page, I see the love story.
Yeah, we have a really good time. No, we met in college actually. So we met in college sweetheart. He went to St. John's University. I went to Hofstra. It's about half hour away from each other. And we just hit it off, you know. We're both in organizations, fraternity and sorority. And so we just had mutual friends and we met. And ever since then, we've just been together, you know. So, and just kept everything light and fun, have a lot of fun.
Is that the secret to having a lasting marriage?
Yeah, for us anyway, it's being silly and laughing, being very respectful, and forgiving super easy, and just like I said, just really having a good time because life is way too short and we've seen that. So you can't take things too seriously, and you have to be able to just find joy in life and in each other.
No, you are so right about that because, you know, the show is airing tonight. So, you know, next week will be Valentine's Day. So what advice do you give to couples out there? Because it's been rough compared to when we were dating and married and stuff. It's a different time. So what do you tell your daughters?
Yeah, well, you know, my daughters, they're well, my 13, she's
not.
But like women, like, you know, for relationships, I always say, especially for young girls, I would say, you know, find someone who can love you unconditionally and who just wants to make you smile. You know, so if that's the purpose, is just really being able to make you smile and checking up on you and is looking at you when you're not looking. You know what I mean? You could feel them staring. It's like, okay, I see you staring. you know
what my Haitian mother used to tell me? Find a man who loves you
more,
a little bit more than you love them.
Yeah.
Like the man has to love you a little bit more because he says, as women, we're already nurturing and loving anyway.
Yeah, it's natural.
But it's a natural thing. Mm-hmm. But if a man loves you a little bit more.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Then you're golden. You're golden.
Yeah, I've heard that too. And the other thing, which is really important for me, is a man who, first and foremost, loves God. Because without God, you're not, I just don't think you're going to make it genuinely. You know what I mean? And that's the only way that we're able to be able to get through things and understand what, you know, unconditional love is about, what compromise is about, and what joy is about. You know, it's just because, you know, we just love God and just have respect and honor and put him first. And that's what's super important.
Yes, if God is your center in your relationship, I tell people all the time, if God is your glue, you're compared to everything that's going on in this world right now, because it gets so crazy and stuff. But one thing that we know about God is he hasn't changed.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed. So there's no really chaos in God, right? So if he is the center of your relationship, then you have a better chance of surviving the highs and the lows together because God is constant than not having, and that is just my opinion, not everyone's opinion, but not having a center where when everything outside, it's like a hurricane, when everything outside is like wild, there's the core that just stays where it's supposed to be.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And then in any relationships, you need a center.
Yeah.
Because everything around you might be going crazy, but then you can always go to God. The comfort, leadership, and direction. Yep. So that is definitely great advice, especially in this day and age when our kids are seeing so much more than we've seen growing up, and things could be so confusing sometimes. Definitely, I understand why, if you are trying to find someone who you love, make sure that, God is the center, because God will be the glue that keeps you together.
That's right.
I want to say I'm so proud of you, sis. I want to give you your flowers. I've heard so many great things about this film. I cannot wait to actually see it. I've been hearing about this film now for over a year now. So I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
And I love the kids. I love the kids concept, because if people know me about the show, I'm always talking about my kids, my 10-year-old kids. I'm always talking about my kids. But you know what I love about you is you are a mom, you are a wife, you are a go-getter, and you are in a creative space and using what technology has provided us with the little VHS, remember? Little VHS is now like the cell phone. It's like it's a cell phone.
Crazy.
So one more time, please let everyone know your handles so they can find you, because I know people are going to be excited about looking for this movie one day, or just trying to follow you. So when it does come out, it will come out. We're going to put this out there right now, because we're going to manifest that. They'll be able to say, hey, we were part of this journey with her. So please let everybody know your handles.
Yes. So my Instagram handle is Toddlewood. Instagram is Toddlewood Pages. That's where you can find information about the book. And then at Toddlewood is my other one. And go to the website, which is toddlewood.com. So it's TODDLEWOOD.
I want to say thank you so much for joining. I'm proud of you, sis. I cannot wait. The film festivals, it's coming, but I know you're going to get your recognition through this movie, because I know how hard you've been working on this for the past year to see your vision. Let me just ask you one more question. Do you have other movies lined up that you can't wait to start production on and just start? Do you have other ideas that are coming along after this?
For other movies?
Yes,
I do. I have a Christmas movie that I'm working on. So which is really, really good. So it's a Christmas movie that I'm hoping to start shooting this summer. And I've also got the sequel to Toddlewood the Agency, the movie that's out right now. So that we're going into film festival. So that movie has a sequel that is scripted and ready to roll. So what we're planning on doing, hoping to do, is that this summer that we can go ahead and start executing. So we have a couple of scripts that are on the shelf right now that we're really looking forward to getting off the ground.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Wish me luck on the film festivals.
I know. So this is just the beginning. All right, so let me ask you a personal question. Are you self-funded, or you have investors behind you?
Self-funded. God is good. God is good. So I've been self-funding. I self-funded the first movie. And right now we're fundraising for the next ones. But we've been having pretty interesting conversations with some interesting folks who will be hopefully taking this to the next level. So lots of fingers crossed, lots of prayers, and we'll see what happens.
Oh, I am so excited for you, because I always tell people all the time, just do your best on your first project. Like, just do your best.
Yes.
And they will come. They will come. Because sometimes, like, sometimes people don't believe in you because maybe, for whatever reason, but that doesn't mean that you stop believing in you. You stop believing in yourself.
Right.
And I tell my kids all the time, and I'll tell everyone who's watching this, don't be discouraged if you don't get the support from many, because you only need the support from few.
Right.
To get to the next level. And then let me tell you something, then more people will come, because that's how it works, right? You were a singer and no one who cares? And then 1 or 2 people liked you, and then all of a sudden you're on the next level. Now 3 or 4 like you. So that's just how life is.
That is.
So we don't want no one giving up on their dreams.
Right.
Tricia Messeroux, I'm so happy your mom gave you that little camera VH1 bag. I remember it so well with the big lenses, because I remember all those little graduations my dad used to hold on his shoulder.
Right here.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right here.
The memory. So let me wrap this up. All right. Thank you so much for everyone watching. I'm proud of you, sis.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you, Tricia Messeroux, for coming. I'm so happy for you, sis. I'm giving you flowers. Amazing interview. Thank you so much, and good luck for this film festival season. And see everybody next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.